So cinematography, I think the shots were great. It's like Spartans in a Yoruba version.
True.
When I first saw it, I'm like, Nigeria, I want to copy. Yes, sir. The next thing, I was saying to myself, we didn't copy it right.
I did not see any iffy costume. It was apt. So costumes for me really did well. Now the makeup as well. Shout out to Akim Effects. Even though he was not on that project, we didn't really miss him because whoever did the makeup and effects came through. Looking at the storyline, scene by scene, I saw suspense scene after scene. It was just a very well scripted movie. I could not really predict, even though generally speaking, I know that Ga will die.
Movie makers should actually adapt this habit of making movies that can actually, impact into the youth.
True.
You understand? So that when we are growing up, we can say, okay, we know histories now. We know what happened those days because we watch those movies. Not just showing those movies of romance and stuff like that don't have any impact. If you see a snake and you see an NPC man, kill the NPC man, leave the snake. Why? There are stories behind it. You understand?
In my own
Just
village,
keep passing it back again.
they worship snail.
Snail.
So they don't eat snail. They call it their mother.
So we need a movie like that can actually bring up those kind of.
Yes, before the next time I eat snail, now you say I'm eating your mother.
Is your mother? Hey guys, this is POV and you are absolutely welcome. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you especially. This is a review show where we give our unbiased opinions about amazing movies currently gracing your screens, from cinematic movies to Netflix, Amazon, online, every movie you can think of basically. So I would advise that you stick around because it's definitely a jolly good ride here. Now for our constant viewers, I'd love to ask, how is this economy treating you? Is it only me that this thing is hitting like this? Well, we'll discuss in the comment section. I am Michelle Avenue and you are absolutely welcome. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, if you're just tuning in, you are absolutely late. This show started about a minute ago, but don't worry, I'll fill you in. Now, today we would be analyzing the, blockbuster, the one that is currently the talk of town, House of God. Now, Bolanle Austen-Peters' new film, House of God, has sparked interest in the real-life inspiration for the story. God, an 18th century political figure who remote controlled the affairs of the old Oyo Empire. Set in the 18th century Yoruba history, House of God tells the gripping tale of a power-hungry political figure, Ga, who orchestrates a brutal betrayal within the Oyo Empire. This cultural phenomenon, with its captivating storyline and stellar performances, has resonated deeply with audiences globally. Now, House of God boasts an ensemble cast including Femi Branch, Funke Akindele, Toye Ibrahim, Shehu Akindele, Mike Afolayan, Jide Oyegbile, Teddy A. Bam Bam. It was a host of amazing and, top-notch actors right there. Now, just like we always do on the show, I have a very amazing, breathtaking, fine men. They're giving everything that they are supposed to give. Hi Ayo, hi Jude, how you doing?
Hello, Michelle. How you doing?
Michelle, what do you want? Because this compliment, I don't think it's
you people have trust issues. I'm just trying to hype you guys now, especially Jude. Yeah. Jude is single and he has been single for a very long time. Yeah. So he's a good guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Moving on.
So how is the economy treating you? I asked the viewers because Jude, how is it treating you? Is that why you've not gotten married?
My God.
Okay. The economy is just just
right. It just
All right, now let's delve right into what we're here for. House of God. If I pronounce it again,
God. There's an army somewhere. God.
So if you're going to say like, House of God is out, like say like a long
House
sentence.
of God is out.
Don't get what.
To that point, you have to
House of God.
House of God.
So guys, House of
God. People are stressful. Anyways,
okay.
It's people are saying that it's an amazing movie, but if we don't say it, then it's not true.
Let them know.
Exactly. So tell me, what do you think as it relates to, let's talk about filming and production.
Okay.
What would you say about the costumes and makeup?
Costumes and makeup. Okay, for the costumes, let me say one thing that whoever is in charge of that should be given an applause, because why? Now let me, before you even applaud, why? Because getting the right costumes to depict how your empire, or how the fashion and the lifestyle was in the 18th century can actually be a tall order. Even though yes, we've had movies before that have also done similar or maybe better. The likes of Jagu Jagu, Ageshikole, Orisha. Those are the movies, the epic movies, especially the Yoruba movies and all that. But Bolanle Austen-Peters was able to replicate that. And looking at the cast and crew and also the extras that they had, they were well clothed. I did not see any iffy costume. It was apt. So costumes for me really did well. Now the makeup as well. Shout out to Akim Effects. Even though he was not on that project, we didn't really miss him, because whoever did the makeup and effects came through. Do you get? And I'm not trying to diss Akim, but Akim is a veteran on all that. But there were some flaws here and there. One, if you look at the start of the movie, the warriors, you could see a warrior having the kind of hairstyle that Judy's having right now. Now you don't have that kind of hairstyle in the 18th century. I understand why some of them were a bit flawed in terms of their makeup, because that project took a while. So, and those actors will also get involved in other projects as well. So I could see some hairstyles, I could see some other makeup effects that were not consistent too. But generally speaking, costume makeup for that movie, House of Ga, was good, was close to excellent, very good. So I would actually rate that makeup and costume aspect 7.58 over 10.
Wow, I think we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
It's been a while. That's such a great review. Now, Jude, what's up? Was the blood blooding?
Okay, so you guys know me already. So I was actually
we know you.
The blood.
Hemoglobin.
So first of all, I noticed something. The makeup artist was doing a very great job on that job, because I noticed when they were having the battle with Oye.
Yes, Oye.
Yeah. Oye. Sorry, I'm pronouncing like an Igbo man. With the Kiss Daniels bouncer. What was that?
Kelvin. Yeah.
So that's Kiss Daniels.
Yeah.
The popular.
Kelvin.
Yeah, the one that always the one.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
So I noticed when they had a cut. He had a cut.
Yeah.
First, the line was just there.
Yeah.
Later on, they came back to that shot again, and the blood is all gushed out.
Gushing out, yes.
You understand? So I was like, wow, these guys they maintain continuity. Normally, when you have a cut, the next few minutes, your blood will start gushing out. So they had to keep it true. The only place I noticed that they didn't. This was something that we argued in my house while watching it.
Okay.
We had to argue about it because when Ga was presenting the head of the other king.
That's the Nupe king, right?
Yes.
That's the first scene. First set of scenes.
So he was presenting the head. Now this is the thing here. I've not held someone's head before. Yes, but we have watched movies where someone, they lift someone's head up. Now you can't hold someone's head from here, like this. According to some people, they say the head is heavy. You understand? Movies we have watched, they always hold it by the hair.
By the hair, or hold it by the side. Yeah.
You understand? So he was holding he was like a doll. It was making it obvious. It was a doll.
It was actually a doll, yeah.
You understand? Like just smaller sometimes, it's not heavy, just lifted it like and just straight it's nothing. You understand? It's someone's head. So you actually have to apply energy and stuff like that. So that's the way I actually noticed that they didn't actually pay attention to what he did there. Then what again? I enjoyed the combat. I enjoyed the combat. The art director did a very good job there. Then what else again? Let's keep going. I'll talk about it as I want to give it.
All right, fantastic. Now let's talk about cinematography.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see great shots? Do you think the shots were great enough?
Okay. So cinematography, I think the shots were great.
Absolutely.
The shot were great.
Absolutely.
They're on point. The high angle shot was on point, especially when you're trying to get that beginning aspect. You just see one thing about this movie reminds me of, I've watched movies of Spartans.
Yeah, true.
300s.
Yeah, true.
You understand? So it's like Spartans in a Yoruba version.
True.
You understand? When you say Spartans,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it was looking like it in a Yoruba. When I first saw it, I was like, Nigeria, I want to copy. Yes, the next thing I said to myself, we didn't copy it right. So when they now take that high angle shot, you understand, and they showed when they clashed, the two community clashed during the battle. Exactly, that's how Spartans were actually shot. You understand? So they had that same kind of feel during their combat. Even the slow motion was necessary. It was actually applied when it was necessary. You understand? The fight was nice. So it was on point. Yes, I didn't see unnecessary shaky shots. I didn't see unnecessary shot that was not even necessary. Everything was on point.
Kudos to the art director, because the art direction or the art side of that movie really made the cinematography worth the while.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a lovely set, when you have lovely combats, that's the function of the art director.
Yeah.
In terms of the combats, the what they call stunts and all that, and the makeup as well. So everything was just on point for the cinematographer to have a field day, and trust me, he had a field day. The quality of the lighting too as well, especially when, if you watch the aspect where his family members gathered, they were having a party sort of before the Oyo Empire now invaded. They are the people from Oyo now invaded the house. That scenery, that mood of the lightning was quite good. It reminds me of, you talked about Spartacus. So I'm sure the cinematographer, well, he would have watched a lot of epic movies in that kind of storyline and replicates that feel, because that feel all from start to finish, even when they were having the dark scenes too, it was well lit. Even when they had those movement shots, the horse rides and all that, it was really consistent. So for me, the art director and the cinematographer were hands-on, and they brought up their creative side. So I was really thrilled by what I saw.
Fantastic. Now let's move on to set and props.
Sets and props. Yes, as we said, sets and props were amazing. Shout out to Femi Adebayo, because Femi Adebayo is actually a consultant on that project, and I could see Femi Adebayo in that movie. Femi Adebayo and Ibrahim Chatta, they both work together on Jagu Jagu. So I could see their creativity. It was really evident. And when we have a Femi Adebayo on your project, trust me, you expect nothing but the best. So he was able to even do better than what he had in Jagu Jagu. Maybe because of resources and all that, but the sets were clean. If you look at it, they were clean, they were neat. The costumes as well, the props as well. Even at some points, the armory, that's the swords and the shields, man, all crisp. So shout out to Femi Adebayo, because I know it's his influence anyways. So for me, shout out to him. The props were amazing.
All right, now so let's move on to storytelling and the rest of those, the more interesting stuff. Now, speaking of storytelling, right? Do you think the story was well told? Because I saw that it was from the 18th century, so they were trying to copy something,
like an adaptation.
Yeah. So do you think it was well told? Funny how I thought this movie was actually a Funke Akindele's movie. Like it was her production. When I saw her, she barely acts in other people's movies. So I was after watching the movie, I was she did really well in this one. Like this was a step up. Only for me to find out it was Bolanle Austen-Peters.
Storytelling for me. Now let's look at the producer/director of the movie. Bolanle Austen-Peters. Okay. When it comes to theater, as we speak, she's like Oganla. Jiget. She has done theater plays such as Moremi the musical, Saru the musical, Fela and the Kalakuta Queens. So when it comes to biopics or historical pieces, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. So she knows, she has her head screwed on her shoulder when it comes to recreating biopics or adaptation. So when I found out that she was the one who was producing this movie, I was like, okay, slow down, guys. You should expect the best from Bolanle Austen-Peters. Now, looking at the storyline, since we're going to talk about the casting as well, maybe later on, I'll not talk about casting. Let me just focus on the storyline. Scene by scene, I saw suspense scene after scene. I could not really predict, even though generally speaking, I know that Ga will die.
Yeah.
So we all know that, but how
he will die
is what was the suspense, right?
True.
Even the love twist too. His son.
Yeah, I actually thought his son was going to kill him.
Yes.
Especially when he went to train, he
you're
came back.
spot on. That love twist. Then his son, having to wake up to man up to, and of course attack his father. I was even thinking, when you look at that scene that he was trying to strangle his father, I was thinking that he will actually kill, because he actually killed the medicine man or Chatta's role. Yeah. So I could not really predict. Even the third king that was installed by Ga, I actually thought he will be the one to ruin Ga. So there were a lot of suspense, there were a lot of it was just a very well scripted movie. And even the end, I was like, okay, the emir of Ilorin, adopted Ga's son and all that. So I just love that storyline. For me, we've read, some of us have actually read the story of Ga and all that, but the way it was interpreted, thumbs up to her.
Well, that's interesting, Jude.
So one thing about storytelling is, for example, he say I've read the story about Ga. I've never read the story about Ga. So right now, if someone asks me,
Ga.
Sorry, Ga. Sorry, please, you guys, you go pardon me for this because I have to call you. So right now, if someone can ask me now, please tell me the story about Ga. You understand? And I'll be like, yes, I can now narrate the story. You understand? Because I actually understood the story right now. I think nowadays movie makers should actually adapt this habit of making movies that can actually impact into the youths.
True.
You understand? So that when we are growing up, because okay, we know histories now, we know what happened those days because we watch those movies. Not just showing those movies of romance and stuff like that don't have any impact. The normal, a poor man getting married to a rich person, just normal story. That's that. We have Africans that have a lot of story. We have a lot of story that have not been touched. Yes. So when I was watching this movie, I said something to my cousin. I was like, "What happened to my tribe? That is the Igbo tribe. Now we have a lot of stories. Even where I'm from, we have a lot of stories. You understand? We need people like Bolanle Austen-Peters to also be like someone like that. I'm not saying that it has to be her. You understand? That will just come and tell a story of. The last time I saw a story from the eastern side is Isakaba.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Isakaba was a story.
There's still one that just came out last year.
Afolayan. Afolayan is not a history story. It's not a
it's culture.
Now, what I mean historical stories is something that actually happened.
Yeah, okay.
You understand? Not the one that this is just normal. It's a
culture,
You understand? I'm talking about a story of someone that lived. Someone don't look at
like Shango, like Rasam Kuti, Moremi.
I might not be there. I didn't.
Do you know any story like that?
Let's see now. I have the stories of the Injabas, the Injaba River. There are rivers that the two rivers does not meet. There are stories around it. You understand? There are people that actually worship snakes in the days. Then they had a story that this is the reason why they worship snakes. You understand? These are stories that are lived and then Imbi says they have the Imbi says today they say if you see a snake and you see an Imbi man, kill the Imbi man, leave the snake. Why? There are stories behind it. You understand? There are people they call the Osu people.
Yeah, Osu,
Now why are they called the Osus?
Yeah, we've had movies
people
like that in the past.
They're going way back, but they have to recreate it again.
Yeah, true.
You understand? Way back now people don't know about it. They'll say Daddy, why can't I marry an Osu girl? She says Asu depends. No, we don't know.
They don't even know why.
Yes, so they need to do movies like that so that we can all know the reason.
In my own village,
keep passing it back.
They worship snail.
Snail.
So they don't eat snail. They call it their mother.
So we need a movie like that can actually bring up those kind of.
Yes, before the next time I start eating snail, I say I'm eating your mother.
Is your mother?
How many mothers have you eaten?
Oh my God!
Plenty.
I do.
But I agree with Jude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So when I saw the storyline, I was like, wow, this is great.
Because we have even talk about the East, we have from stories from the North.
Yeah, so
and
many
all
places.
That. So I believe that Bolanle Austen-Peters also.
Even Tinubu, our president, is a story.
Yeah, he is.
He has a lot of stories.
Yes, true.
Like if you sit him down, Obasanjo is a great story.
Yeah, true.
Boo
So
Boo.
biopics.
Even Boo
Boo is a story.
Biopics
His
like
marriage
that.
with his wife is a story.
We need biopics.
I am a story.
So
Yeah.
but I believe
I hope
that
it will be interesting.
I believe that movie producers will take a leaf
Yeah.
from Bolanle Austen-Peters.
I also want us to
and all that,
look
so.
at, because when I was watching the movie, one thing I look at in movies is the cost.
Well,
When I saw the cast first, there are so many.
was staggering, Abi?
Yes.
A-listers.
You know, funny thing that
Yeah.
it was like I know everybody.
And they did well.
You know, funny,
Absolutely.
I was privileged to be in the premiere of this movie. You understand? And funny thing is that I saw Jay Blaze. I've known Jay Blaze for a while. So Jay Blaze, I saw him. Jay Blaze. I didn't know he was even one of the big shots in the movie. I feel like Jay Blaze is just Jay Blaze is not like the big dog in movies. So I saw him like let's get Jay Blaze. We talk to everybody. So when I saw the lady that the slave.
Zainab, right?
Now
She had a lot.
she has a look alike like Stephanie Okereke.
Yeah, true.
Now
true.
when we saw her, do you know that some people didn't even like the press guys that came there? They didn't even give her audience because they felt like, who is this one? You
But she
understand?
ended up being the star of the show, right?
See, so
Why?
lots of them were just passing, so they were just standing there. The only people they gave audience were the popular faces,
Apparently.
I can't even believe they gave Gabriel Afolayan attention more. How many scenes did they act?
Just one. Just one.
The main people that actually pulled out their energy on the movie were not even given.
That's why they have to.
Watch
Gabriel
the movie.
has worked his way to the top. That's why he's
He was
getting
one
that kind of
scene.
attention. Yeah. So as long as you can have Gabriel on your project, trust me, it's a big project. So
Yeah,
all those
true.
guys that
That's
are
true.
getting the attention, they worked their way. So the likes of the Zainabs and the Jay Blees should also work their way.
I liked
to
what
the top.
Bolanle did was she didn't just allow it to be the normal faces to lead
Yeah,
the
true.
Yeah,
character.
take the lead.
Look at what Latif played.
Yeah, true.
Not,
Yeah.
I
It
was thinking
not really
Latif
major.
even Adebayo would have played Femi Adebayo would have played what the Femi branch role normally if it's some other movies. You would like to take a Femi Adebayo than even if Femi branch. You understand? So I just like the twist in the story. Then again, I was asking myself, how did she come about bringing Funke Akindele and Tony Ibrahim?
We are talking about casting now.
Right.
jumped into
Yes,
it.
yeah,
Sorry.
that's the next thing.
Yes,
That's the
so
next
I was
thing
just
we're
asking
talking
myself,
about.
how was she able to bring these people together? They always be like, Tony is this way, having a production.
Okay. Now
Exactly how it was. Thumbs up to her really, because that is a very valid question. How did she bring these people out of their because they really do not act for people. They have their productions, maybe towing sometimes,
Tony,
but it's very difficult to see Funke in someone else's
Funke
movie.
and Tony together. I was even surprised, both of them.
Well, Bolanle Austen-Peters she's not new to this game now. She is a veteran, so that kind of person will command respect from the actors. She's also a movie producer as well, so it's all about casting. And guess who was also behind the casting? Bolanle Austen-Peters. She was also responsible for the casting, so she had an idea and she knew that she could not achieve that idea without the creative input of these guys. Femi Branch, for example, taking up that role, for me, is the best person to do that role. Why? Femi Branch is not just an actor, he's a politician. So, yeah, I don't know why he still is, but he actually contested the last election as a deputy governor in Ogun State under the, I don't want to mention political party, but yes, he's a politician. So he embodied that character. Aside that, he has this commanding nature as well. So when I looked at the casting, I was like, okay, Latif, even though his roles were not as prominent, or his role was not as prominent as Femi Branch or the other, I'm trying to remember this guy's name, the son of Gar. Trying to remember his real name.
His real name.
It just went. I just kept my mind. So the casting for me was apt. Was really good. Even Bam Bam did not do much, but she featured in some of the scenes. Teddy as well did not do much, but featured in some of the scenes as well. And for me, it's just
many of them didn't really do much.
Yes. So even Femi Adebayo as well. At some point, he had to leave and all that. So, but for me, it's just Bolanle Austen-Peters. I call her the nexus of of the Nollywood industry. She's the meeting point where the influential, the underdogs, the undercats, they meet somewhere.
I have a question for you.
And they meet at
I have a question for you.
Terra Culture. Yeah.
So, what's this man's name? The one that produced King of Boys.
Kemi Adetiba.
Kemi Adetiba and Bolanle Austen-Peters. Who do you choose to direct it before you?
Now you're putting me in a very.
I just feel like I just feel like asking. So some women have done something in the past.
So well.
But Kemi Adetiba, I don't think she has produced anything.
No, she has been
late.
on recess for a while.
Okay.
But if I were to choose,
after I'm married,
if I were to choose, I'll still go, with Bolanle. And the reason is because Bolanle understands stage play. When it comes to, if I want to make a movie now, I want to approach it as a thespian, not as an actor and all that. And a thespian is someone that understands the craft, and that's what Bolanle knows how to do. She also did a cameo. She was able to bring Stan Inzels on the movie.
I was surprised to see him.
Yeah, and he spoke some Yoruba lines. I was impressed
I
to Stan. Yeah, Stan was there. Well, she was able to bring on that project a lot of A-listers, and they worked in tandem. So for me, shout out to her for being able to organize that team, and that's why it's, of course, when you talk about awards, Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, it still remains the highest grossing biopic in West Africa. Now I see that happening also with House of God. She will also win awards. AMVCA's 2025. Watch out. Best indigenous. Watch out.
Okay. Now let's move on to who was your standout actor.
Okay, now remember the name that just keep my mind. That's Mike Afolayan. Mike Afolayan is the Oyemekun. Okay, my standout performer. It's a difficult one, man.
Very difficult. I can't even think of it.
It's either between Femi Branch, Ibrahim Chatta, or Mike Afolayan. Those three. But if I were to choose one, I'll not go with the obvious. The obvious
Mike
might be Femi Branch.
Okay.
Even though Baba brought on his A game. Kudos. I'll go with Ibrahim Chatta. Why? Because Ibrahim Chatta played a role.
See how Jude is staring into space. Like,
Ibrahim Chatta played a role that, yes, he's a bit familiar with it. He knows how to act as a traditional herbalist, as we say. But he was sneaky. He was slyish. He had this something like, like a rattlesnake feel. And he was consistent with his emotions. When it gets shouted on, it goes back. If you look at a particular scene whereby Gar, his senior lieutenant, pushed him up to the wall and all that. You remember that scene? And all that. So Ibrahim Chatta does interpreted his role from start to finish, and even during his death, you could see that when he was dying, when he was losing his breath, you could feel it that yes, this guy is gone. So my standout performance, it was not an easy ride, but for me, Ibrahim Chatta.
Okay, now Jude, who was your standout performer?
I would look at Latif first, and also look at Mike Afolayan. Afolayan, and who else again? J Blaze. That's my guy. Now now why I'm going to mention J Blaze was because I've never seen him. That's the second.
That's lieutenant.
Yes. Yeah. So I've never seen him in this kind of action movies like that. You understand? I never seen him portray this anger, toughness, and stuff like that. So I was like, I enjoyed him most was when he went to go and take his shield, and this guy have taken it out. Then he was like this is stuff. Like he just flamed out and like anyhow let everybody. I was enjoying the anger in him. So I'll still give it to. Let me give it to J Blaze.
Are you sure you're not just being biased?
No,
Are you sure you're not just being biased?
Because at least he has improved. He has not stayed up to 10 years in the industry. He's not even up to 5 years. That's why I'm giving it to him, because this guy is just coming in. And hitting it. Yeah.
Okay, now I think this is the part everybody has been waiting for. But I think I already know what you people would say. So is there any point? Anyways, would you roast the movie or you'd say it's a toast?
I would toast to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh. If Joe should toast like this, I'll carry the mic up. So is it a toast or a roast, Jude?
Which kind of movie be this one?
You're just pretending. Say what you want to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a toast.
Wow, this is fantastic, right? It means you better go and watch the movie because it is really interesting, and I think you should see it. It's a toast from me too. It was a great movie. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm an Igbo girl, and I enjoyed the Yoruba movie. That says a lot. So, guys, this is where we draw the curtain on the show today. It is a wrap. So, this is a movie you should definitely go and see. Coming from an Igbo girl, better go and watch this movie and let us know what you think in the comment section. We're always open, so hear your point of view, just like you've heard ours. I am Michelle Abanom. Have a great day. Bye bye.